Hi, so today we're going to do a bit of a challenge. I thought it would be a good idea for us to just get a bit of a brain dump out and just see what we can do on the piece of paper. So it's a challenge and anything will go, or you can follow along and copy me, it's your choice. So today you're going to need a pen, and I'm using lined paper today for a challenge. If you've got plain paper, that's fine. I'm just using lined paper because I think it's quite easy to follow the patterns. So the challenge today is to produce 10 different pieces of patterns. Okay, so we're going for 10 different patterns. So we're going for 10 different patterns in our challenge today, and we're just going to think of 10 different ways that we can express things. There might be quite a pattern that you've seen walking around, it might be something you've seen in the home, it might be something that you know, think is quite cool and just want to put it down on paper. So we're going to go for 10 different patterns that we're going to produce. Now obviously you can number them 1 to 10, but they might take on in different ways. You might want to use 2 lines, it's up to you. So we'll start. First one I'm going to do is one of my favourites, and that is just going to be a bit of an arc. And you don't have to do the whole page, you can just do some of it. I think I'm going to stop here, and I'm just going to do something at the side, a bit of a swirl. Now it's something that you can perfect later. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think I'm going to finish this off with some circles on the side. So pattern number 1. Now your patterns do not have to be anything like this. I do have a pattern guide that is available on the website, and what you can do is just obviously follow the pattern guides. There's 100 or so patterns in there that you can follow along with. You can do something simple. So for my second one, I'm going to do something just a bit more simple. I'm going to go with some squares, and again this doesn't have to be measured out perfect. I'm going for approximately 1 centimetre, and for basically it to fit with the line. You might have smaller lines, it's fine. And inside of that I'm just going to put a circle and a dot. So you can see, you know, I've got the circle and the dot already, a different one, and that's going to be my pattern number 2. Pattern number 3, I think I'm going to go with number 3 actually, just because we can. It's pattern number 3. And this just is thinking outside of the box. Okay, so I'm going to just start with a load of 3s, and what we'll do is we'll see what we can add into them. And your 3s might be slightly different, it's quite alright. With mine I'm just going to add, again, seem to have a circle and a dot day today. I'm going to add the circle and the dot to that. And that can be it, or you can add something on the side. I'm going to add a bit of a diagonal there actually, make it a bit more dynamic. But remember that just started with the number 3. So for my fourth one I'm going to pick a letter, fourth letter of the alphabet, A, B, C, D. So I'm going to go with D's. And all I'm going to do is the letter D several times. Now again, I'm going to actually stick with my circle and the dot theme today, because that seems to be serving me well. And I think I'm going to add it to this one as well. So, and I think I'm going to add another dot either side there. Now these patterns are good for just challenging yourself and just seeing what you can come up with. But it's also got that meditative properties to it, because you are continuously, oh, it's a big one, doing the same thing. And you could do lots of lines of each one, it's up to you how you want to do it. I'm going to go for a bit of a zigzag now. So I'm just zigzagging it out. And again, sticking with the circle and the dot theme. I'm going to go for a big circle, big dot, little circle, little dot, big, little. Okay, so that's 5 done. We're going to go for our 6th one. I'm going to go with the letter M, and I'm going to go for quite big letter M's, or they could be N's or upside down 3's. It's up to you. And I made these quite big and quite wide. And again, I could go with my circle and my dot theme, but first I'm going to add some smaller M's inside of this. All the way along. And then I'm going to add my circle and a dot inside this. And in fact, I'm going to add a larger dot to the top here. So when you're just starting out, it is quite good to keep a log of all the patterns that you used, or what you could use, or something that you thought of, and then you can just reference it and come back to it at a different stage. So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, number 7. I'm going to go for a big one for number 7. I'm going to go with zigzags, but they're closer together and obviously longer. And this will just allow me to do something slightly different inside each one. Okay, keeping with the circle and the dot theme, I'm going to go for 3 different sizes in each one. And just keep going. And like I said, yours could go right to the end of the page, which is fine. I'm just doing a small section of them. So we've done number 7. Number 8, I'm going to go with the letter S, but a longer S. So you'll see what I mean. I'm going to start it about here. Make it quite big. I'm going to curl off the end of this S, and in this bit I'm going to put my circle and my dot. So doing that one again. So rounding off and then putting that in. Now normally I would do all the S's first, and then I'm going to go back and do my circle and the dot, but I just wanted to show you how this one is going to be slightly different. And again, as this is just exploring patterns, don't worry too much about it being all uniform. Just go back and add these to it, making them fit as much as possible. So we're on 8 now. For 9, I'm going to go with the number 9. I love the number 9. I think it's not only a square number, but it's very cool. You can do lots of things with it. So I'm going with the stick version of 9, and as you can see I've made it quite big using 2 lines for it. Okay, so my circle and my dot for this one, it's going to go of course inside of that number 9. And then just to make it a bit fancier, I'm just going to add a few spirals to it. And just repeating that all the way through. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we're going to number 10. So for number 10, I'm actually going to use a number 10. So 10 ones and zeros, or binary. I'll be interested to see what this number actually makes in binary once we're finished. And just in case you're wondering about the numbers, I teach maths, so I'm very interested in the number part of things. So I'm going to go with what we did up here. So we've got the 3 dot circles in there. So I'm just going to add it to inside of the 0 here. So 1, I'm going to actually make them all the same size this time. Hopefully they shouldn't work. And the 1 just acts as a little breaker upper for each of these zeros. Okay, and I'm going to give you a bit of a bonus one just to complete it, a smaller one. I'm going to go with the letter M, but I'm going to make it curvier. Okay. You can see I've changed it on the side of it. I'll go back and amend it. So these are a little flick coming up off of there. And again, keeping with the circle of the dot theme, I think I'll add it to the top this time. In between the zig, the pointy part, can you see? And I'll do something different in that curly bit. I think I'll put a little bit of a spiral in there just to complement that one. Notice it's the opposite direction. And then for underneath here, I'm just going to put 3 lines. Now you could have stopped at number 10, it's up to you, or you can challenge yourself even more. I mean, I've done 11 now. You could do a 12 one, you could see if the whole page could be completed. It's up to you as to like what you want to do and how you want to challenge yourself and how much time you've got as well. You might not have enough time to do all of them, but those are 10 and a bonus one of the 10 pattern challenge.